I need to call Michael up right now. This is hilarious. Hey, Michael, are you there?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Hey, remember that video we did, on my martial art journey? Most people were like, hey, we like the video, Michael's great. He's got a lot of patience. He's funny, right? But the last comment, man, is freaking hilarious. Listen to this. Who is this sidekick guy? It's awkward. Your solo narratives are better. This guy is distracting. It doesn't add anything to your storytelling. If it was an interview, yes, of course. But in this case, he's just a yes man, not along to everything you say. It's weird.
He got the awkward and weird part like dead on. I mean, like I want to know what he wants me to add to the story. Like I wasn't there for it, so I can't really tell my perspective. What were you doing, Michael? I'm pretty sure I was in like third grade, but it's fine. We can talk about that.
Dude, you were in third grade back then at that time.
I was eating crayons and smelling glue, man.
The more things change, the more they stay the same, I guess, right?
I guess, man. Dang.
Well, welcome to my world, man. This is what I go through every time I post a video, man. It's just nice to have all the ammo, all the guns faced at you this time, man.
It's nice to not be the target for once.
That's right.
I do want to say I see myself more as a Nightwing sidekick than a Robin sidekick. I just don't want to wear the Speedo in public like he did on the Adam West Batman. It looks like a
Hey, man, that was iconic, bro. Come on.
I didn't say it wasn't.
We should get those outfits. We should get those outfits and wear them next time we do a podcast. Well, here's a story I wanted to tell, right? Is that in China, right? There, I think it was China. The story's from China, I believe. Or it could be ancient Japan. I'm not sure. I haven't read it in a long time. But anyways, there was a koto player. I don't know if you know a koto, but it's like a harp. It's like an old, not like a harp, but like a stretched out guitar, right? It's got like 8 strings or something, right? And they play it like this, sitting down, right? I mean, you've seen it, right? And it makes that real Asian, Japanese kind of sound. But anyways, so there was this famous koto player. Could have been China, could have been Japan. I'm not sure. Sue me. Anyways, so this guy was a master, right? And his friend would always come and listen to him, right? And he'd be so happy when his friend come and listen to him, right? And he'd play, and his friend would say stuff like, this section here reminds me of when the clouds break and the sun comes through, and the guy would keep playing, right? And then he'd say, oh wait, now I feel as if like the river is flowing and it's starting to swirl in an eddy, right? And the guy's playing, right? So he would play, and this guy would give his commentary, and afterwards they'd discuss it. And so they just loved hanging out and doing this. So one day the guy's sitting around his house, the master harp player, and a neighbor runs in and says, "Oh my gosh, did you hear that? Your good friend, he died." And the harp player was so distraught. So he went to the funeral, and he said his respects, and he came home, and he just cut all the strings on his koto or his harp, and just burned it, threw it out, never to play again. How's that story?
Damn, that's sad and intense.
Right? Right? Because the satisfaction of playing, the satisfaction of telling a story is that there's someone who understands you listening, right? That this guy, when he played the harp or the koto, whatever you want to call it, this guy was the only one who could like express kind of what he was feeling while he was playing the song. And so it was a synergistic energy that he just loved when he was playing the harp, and this man could understand his feelings. So that's like when when you're here or someone's here, when your friend's here listening to your story, it just becomes so much more energetic and more fun when there is someone who is listening, right? Someone who is understanding what you're talking about.
That story like resonates a bit because it made me think of like, that lifelong endeavor to be, I don't seen, but like understood.
It's completely different when I'm just sitting here, man to man with my camera, right? My camera's not talking back to me or anything. But the thing is, what do we want? What do we want as humans, right? When we want to show something to somebody, we want somebody to see what we've done. We all want to go back to somebody who knows us, right? And we say, hey, look, this happened. This, I drew this, I painted this, I played this song or whatever it is, right? Whatever you accomplish, you want someone who knows you to to see what you've done, right? You don't go to a stranger and say, look, I did this. I mean, you might, but it's not like the same sort of fulfillment as you get from someone who's close to you when you can show someone your, what you've done, right? This was not supposed to be like a conversation on the phone like this, but I really think, that's why I think the Bujinkan is also important because, well, not also important, but that's why the Bujinkan is so valuable is that we have friends now, and we have friends for long periods of time now. I mean, I've had friends for 30 years now because of the Bujinkan, right? And the longer the friend, the more they know you, the more it becomes sort of a deeper connection, right? And I think we, I always moved a lot when I was a kid, right? We moved from here to there a lot. And every time I graduated elementary school, we moved. I graduated high school, I moved. I graduated university, I moved. Then I came to Japan, right? So every time I had this like milestone, I was moving somewhere, right? So like I don't know some of my friends. I don't know any of the kids from elementary. I barely know some of my friends from high school, and barely know any people from university, right? So it's really, I think, valuable to have people who know you for a long period of time. And I think people who have friends from like elementary school and junior high school and all through their lives, it's really a treasure. And I don't know if people can quite understand that yet.
That's how I feel, man. Like the Bujinkan gave me one of my closest friends as my first teacher. And then, the last 11 years coming to Japan, it's like I've met people from all over the world, and then we get to see them again when they come back in town, and training and hanging and seeing everybody grow and their lives progress and then find more wisdom in the Bujinkan, and then they have like a family and like, or they create this thing and to see everyone's progression and feel connected to that and to be able to be a part of that, like you were just saying, like to be able to share that thing that was created, seen, identified, found with somebody that you care about or are friends with.
Well, the problem is that, if you just meet someone off the street, right, and they see, they see a Hatsumi sensei, or they see someone who has, made it, right? They see somebody who's, successful, right? But they don't know the whole backstory. They don't know like the struggles you've had. They don't know, that you almost gave up. They don't know that you were like down on your knees and like begging to have something go right. They don't know the story, right? They just see, this guy's successful, or he's made this or he's made that, right? And I think it's so important when you can, you have people there that you've shared that struggle with, and they know your struggle, even if they're not part of your story, but they've watched, they've seen you, they've been like the watcher, right? And they've seen you kind of, evolve. And I think that's a very important part of being human, right? And having these connections.
Absolutely, man. Like there's so many people that have watched, Hatsumi Sensei even watched you, right, on all the Daikomyo side videos, showing up. And the first one I ever saw you in, you were so serious. You and Yamanaka were like just stoned away serious guys. And to see, you and your journey go on through those DVDs and then in Japan and to be able to see kind of what you talk about, your journey and the things that you've found, like it makes you appreciate the work somebody puts in, or like the things that you've been able to bring out in your classes, or an artist creating a thing. Like knowing the mileage makes you value the work more.
Yeah, I mean people will see me now here on YouTube, right? I've got a nice microphone, nice camera, right? And they don't know me, like, oh, look at this guy, he's got a camera. They don't know like what it takes, right? Like they don't know that, sometimes I felt like giving up, right? They don't know that sometimes I was like just, at the end thinking I couldn't go any farther. I mean, I guess that's fine, but it's just, it's funny to that every person will have their own kind of image of who you are, based on, a random snapshot, and, I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. I'm waxing a bit philosophical right now, so probably should end it.
Nah, man, keep that wax going. Miyagi did. You know what I'm saying?
Wax on, wax off, bro. Wax on, wax off.
I mean, I think it's important to share those, like you said, like, I thought it was at the end, or I plateaued, I didn't know what to do, or I was thinking about giving up. I mean, I think it's important to share that because it's just like. For me, I heard that and I was like, I just want to keep going, like to see people that have run into that too. Because I think we all think, our teachers or, people that have been around for 30, 40 years of training, it's just like, they were always awesome. And it's just like, oh, man, they had the same struggles that we did. I think that sharing that kind of stuff, and again, knowing the mileage, right, inspires you to put more of your own miles in. And like you said, that's why having these friendships and these connections from all these years is so important, because we can draw inspiration from each other.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. Like, the younger people can draw inspiration from us, seeing we've gone through it, we've been through the fire, right? And then we can also, the older generation gets inspired by the younger generation, by their enthusiasm, their new ideas, their power. They have so much power, right? And I just love watching the younger generation. I mean, I guess I can say that I'm 58, right? So I just love watching the 20-year-olds coming up and their enthusiasm and their unending energy and love for the art. So yeah.
Yeah, man. And their want for exploration and like wanting to figure out more and to peel that next layer back and to find that next gem or nugget. Like it's
And our job, I think our job as well as someone who's older is to foster that in them, to let them shine, right? That's I think our job is to kind of wipe away some of the grime that society puts on people, and let them shine, let them find out their potential, right? As someone who's I like to say a facilitator, I don't like to say like a teacher or anything, but someone who's like facilitating training, right? Is to be able to allow people to uncover their natural abilities. Like my old ink painting teacher said this a lot. He'd say, look, I don't want to give you too much information because I want your ability, your brush strokes, your ideas to come out. Now, if I give you all of the techniques and all of the ideas, then you're just going to be a clone of me. Same with Sensei said. All these great artists say the same thing. They're like, you don't have to become a clone of me. You have to be, the best you. And I think that's amazing. That's the best advice ever. So I try in my class, like Sensei said to me, he said, you don't have to copy me exactly what I'm doing. I'm just giving hints out. And then you can make this, because it's infinite, right? You can make these movements your own, and find what works for you, whether you're going to like kicking more or using weapons more or deception more or punching more, whatever,
Yeah, encouraging that like exploration of the self and like figuring out that expression. Like that's, like you said at the beginning, I think that's the important part of being a good teacher, is like showing the student just enough for them to go and play with it.
Yeah.
That sense of exploration, I think that's what took Sensei so far. Like how took Sensei so far. Like he did all the densho, did all this stuff, and he's like, well, now what? And I think he just kept asking that and then kept going.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, play, right? He said play. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? Way back, way ahead of his time, right? Before all the studies showed that actually playing was the key to creating and learning and developing quickly, rapidly. I mean, it's obvious when I look at my kids now, that they learn things so quickly and they copy me so fast, and I don't even show them stuff and they're already doing stuff. You give them a weapon and they just start using it. I don't have to teach them. In fact, I try not to teach them anything because they're too dangerous.
Oh yeah, I've been on the receiving end of when D-Boy picks up that rope shock bow that you have and he swings it.
Yeah, and they know what to aim for too, right?
Man, they do.
So,
They know what to aim for to get a laugh.
They are excellent at billiards, so to speak, right? They know where the balls go. Anyways.